Welcome and thanks for joining us for this edition of Scope. The spotlight was recently placed on the famous Mary Blouse or Kolos during a charity fundraiser organized in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province. 3 female entrepreneurs in the fabric and textile industry were invited to participate. They helped raise more than 16,000 kina for the children's ward at Goroka Base Hospital. Kolos Night was a first of its kind that gave complete prominence and recognition to Papua New Guinea's Mary Blouse.
Papua New Guinea's famous Mary Blouse or Kolos was celebrated on Kolos Night, a fundraiser organized during the recent Independence Week in Goroka. Local businesswoman Rita Kares said she got together with a couple of like-minded women to put together the event to celebrate PNG's renowned female attire and give support to the children's ward at Goroka Base Hospital. Following the event, Mrs. Kares shared how the Kolos Night came about.
Initial idea came from my niece, Nomoya Kimisopa. Mipla boom na tingim of them. There's a bilumware there and where something where you may all marry Papua New Guinea yet. Osem amama something blo you may yet lo wearim na you may yet sa kamapim all designs na Mary Kolos and one blah blah too. And every day you miss a wearing Mary Kolos and we feel comfort. We find comfort in wearing our own clothes. So me plato why not you may put one blah Kolos Night na you may also amama sim all sister na all Mary will go past lo kamapim all design blo Kolos blo whole yet. That's where Lava Girl Anita came in with the other two, so I all come in on this night. And pride play you me yet, so you me yet mas amamasim.
She was also surprised at the turnout, making mention of the array of Kolos designs, fabric and the splendid colors that were displayed that night.
It was so colorful because Kolos Night, all Katameri, including young girls, our daughters, came out. Now all wearing this blah, Kolos blown, all come to this night. Now wow, you couldn't, you don't have full up looking musait and wearing one kind Kolos. Like you have so many choices to, and so many displays coming on at that night. Now planted tree all wearing, proudly all wearing Kolos blow straight here. Now me satisfied straight because I'm first of its kind.
The evening entertainment included Best Kolos competition, charity auction for Goroka Children's Ward, and local talent performances. The event turned out successful. The committee raised more than 16,000 kina for the children's ward. The 3 invited SMEs, Maku Gifts, Nivan Tailoring and Belas Bilas set up stalls at the venue, displaying and selling some of their products. Heather Alupole owns Nivan Tailoring. The opportunity to be at the event helped her get more customers and sell more of her work.
It kind of created an opportunity for more sales for me. I've exposed my prints. I was here particularly to sell my prints on the fabric. Tonight's show, I kind of achieved my goal.
Belas Bilas is run by Patsy Gotaha, who is based in Goroka. She was proud to have participated in a first-of-its-kind event that celebrated the Kolos alone. Belas Bilas is happy to be raising funds for the hospital, as most of her clients are hospital staff. She hopes that the event can continue to support budding SMEs and give them the encouragement they may need to continue and not give up.
Whatever idea you have, go for it. Don't listen to negativity. When you focus on the negativity, on what other people think, then maybe you should look around your circle of friends or family. I got an advice from an old friend who gave me this advice to focus on 10% of what affects you. So there's that 90-10 perspective in life. So most of my friends, I've sort of drifted away from that and focused more on myself and my own family.
Young SME owner Von Baru has been selling jewelry, something she says she loves and turned it into a money-making venture.
I've always loved accessories, women's accessories, and I've always enjoyed collecting accessories. So when I started the business, it was basically out of something that I love to do. But now that I'm into doing the business, I'd love to grow it to the size where I can actually start helping other businesses, come up.
Von said the three women entrepreneurs pursued something they love and they are successful. They were inspired and motivated by it.
There'll be hardships, there'll be costs, there'll be challenges, there'll be letdowns, put downs on the way, but they kept on going, and now Lava Girl is nationwide.
Annette Sete is owner of Maku Gifts and also distributes the Lava Girl brand, mainly in fabric. She was excited at being part of Kolos Night. Maku Gifts was in Goroka to promote the Dress Papua New Guineans drive.
I was thankful that they were able to organize the whole event and invited us for this trip. So they have the Kolos Night, which is quite different from any other fashion shows or any other events across the country, and also from what we have experienced in the past. Usually people do fashion shows and things like that. There is no specific interest in Kolos alone. So it's actually great to put names to faces, especially our customers from Goroka and Eastern Islands. It's also great to get out and meet the customers, see what they enjoy about the products, also be able to thank them for continuous support. Like they help us, we also help them. So it's been great. So I've sent up some Kolos and some fabrics. So it was great for me to do the visit as well, to try and introduce my products into Eastern Islands especially.
Annette's Lava Girl brand has taken the country by storm. She is impressed that many Papua New Guinean women are in the business of sewing and buying the Kolos and printing on fabric as well, taking back that pride in what they are wearing.
It's no longer our story. It's really a movement of how we change some of the things in the market currently.
She added that in the past we were buying materials that had no significance and one that we could not relate to. And this is what Maku Gifts and Lava Girl are driving in the accessories and products it has created.
Having pride in what they wear. And I guess that's the game-changing factor, if you like.
There was also a lot of information sharing, and Annette said she was overwhelmed with the support as many shared how her business had impacted their little SMEs.
How else can we improve our sale to resellers and to SMEs, and also what are the challenges they're facing and how do we resolve some of those challenges? For us as well is to give us an opportunity to meet face to face with them, as well as them rejoicing and enjoying the fact that the product helped them grow their little SME. It was also great for them to interact with us on a personal level. So it's a win-win for both of us, I guess.
Mrs. Kare said they received overwhelming feedback and so they've begun planning for a bigger and better Kolos Night next year.
Thank you, all girls they were like the stars of the night. All three people all coming here. Now all supporting me, all this work. Yeah, Lava Girl, the tailoring, when I made the design, fashion and design, and all. Yeah, that was so good. Yeah, now people are looking more and plenty of local material stuff now, like display, but talk survey or some moxim late. Lo display recent or some people are working night markets, all SME Mary inside the town. Come forward when they plenty when I'm.
She said the plan is to trial the night market for 3 months. It is for any woman who has an SME to set up stall and market their product or expand their business. They will also look to providing any kind of support to improve and grow these little businesses.
Startup SMEs out there, be consistent and persistent. Keep on doing what you are doing every day. Walking yet, not can give up, not can less, not can try to look any more shortcut road because by taking time. But suppose you got passion or work when it's something you make him and by you enjoy him. Not can copycat. Yeah, you got passion or work when it's something you by working and by going, but you enjoy him too. And learn to save money.
When we come back, Elani Akwakila aims to bring to fruition the SME Policy 2016 through her fashion line, Misis Kolos. In March 2016, the O'Neill-led government launched its SME Policy 2016, comprising the SME Policy 2016 and a Master Plan 2016 to 2030. The objective of the policy is to support and grow the SME sector in order to create new employment opportunities, achieve sustainable economic growth outside the resources sector, and achieve a fair and equitable distribution of wealth. All this must be achieved by 2030. In May of this year, a discussion paper on innovation in the informal economy by PNG's national think tank, the National Research Institute, said innovation and diversification of businesses can also create additional spin-off benefits to provide training and create employment for local communities. Tonight, we take a look at an SME where one woman is working to bring all this to fruition. In the cramped living room of a residence in Konedobu, Port Moresby, 24 women of various ages sat in garments sewed by themselves, waiting to graduate from a week-long course on how to sew one of the most sought-after versions of the traditional Mary blouse, the Misis Kolos. This is part of the success story of Elani Akwakila. Elani's journey began when she signed up for a Mary blouse sewing training called Gifted Hands, hoping to learn how to sew a traditional Mary blouse.
First of all, I attended Gifted Hands, tried to sew a normal Mary blouse, and then I came out. Didn't really put that into practice because I couldn't do the pleats well. But I love Mary blouse. I like to wear Mary blouse. But I never stopped buying Mary blouse on the street. Keep buying and buying. My house is full of Mary blouse. Sleep with Mary blouse in my room, outside the veranda, inside the house, on the clotheslines, just filled with Mary blouses.
Elani said she gave up on sewing the traditional Mary blouse and soon after, in 2018, attended a training on design run by the PNG Fashion and Design Week and was trained by established designers in various elements of design. After the training, she said she studied the market and saw that there were a lot of quality Mary blouse options being sold and that she was yet to sew a proper Mary blouse.
How am I going to sell my Mary blouse? These people, my customers, everyone's going to laugh at me because my pleats are all over the place and my blouse is sold one side. That's okay, I'll leave it. So I bought this fabric and my husband said, you have to pray about it and ask God for wisdom. He has to take a lead in it. If you really want to do this, then I said, I'm going to do it. No matter what, I will do it.
Elani said she decided to try and sew the simplest thing she could. So she decided on an elastic shirring dress, a personal favorite of hers. She practiced the shirring technique for 3 months before she completed her first dress. Her first batch sold very quickly and the orders were pouring in. Elani gave the earnings from her first sale to God. She said it was her investment in her business. Despite the success with the shared dresses, Elani still wanted to sew a Mary blouse.
So from the dress, I said, I still want to do a Mary blouse. And I looked at it and I studied and I said, we can actually make a Mary blouse out of this. And this is how Misis Kolos came into place. It's the creation. And I named it Misis Kolos.
Elani named her designs after observing that expatriate women were partial to the shared garments.
So it's just inspired from the normal Mary blouse, recreated to give a fresher look to the Mary blouse.
Elani then registered her design and business with the Investment Promotion Authority and reserved exclusive rights for her designs. As her business grew, she struggled to keep up with the demand, and that is when she decided to train other women to sew the Misis Kolos, giving them permission to copy her design and share in meeting its demand on the market. The batch of 24 women who attended were the third batch that she trained. The number more than doubled from the 3 women in the first batch and 8 in the second. Participants in the training came from as far as Kokopo, Medang, KVN and Kerema. 5 of them were young girls registered by their mother to take part. For many, the training will open many doors, and for that, tears were shed.
To tell you the fact, I am very privileged and honored, and it's a blessing.
My colleague from West New Britain, Kendrian in the West New Britain province. Her business name is called pale tribal print.
Perhaps one of the most outstanding talents that came from Elani's training sessions is Michaeline Lawrence. Michaeline from West New Britain was part of the second batch of training, and since then she has created her own designs, building on the Misis Kolos, incorporating designs from her native West New Britain. Michaeline says the demand for her Misis Kolos creations are so high that not one day goes by without her having an order.
Kind of a mixing order for like 3 days. I make like 700, 800 kina for 3 days. So how me start looking money blow Misis Kolos na me had to stop na se kind of me keep continue sewing day night.
As PNG's fashion industry continues to grow, there is enough space for all who wish to etch out a spot of their own on the market. After the break, the Internal Revenue Commission makes several significant announcements to help it reach a technological horizon. The Internal Revenue Commission, in its efforts to achieving a new technological horizon, made three significant announcements on Friday, 1st October 2021. Of the three, the most significant was the announcement of the IRC's mandatory valuation of property for stamp duty purposes.
For the Internal Revenue Commission, Sam Koim made three significant announcements at a press conference. Koim announced the development of IRC's new online service client platform, the Goods and Services Tax 65A project update on Phase 2, and presented a general performance update for the IRC over the first 6 months of 2021.
Koim announced that the IRC is undertaking a significant technological advancement, the development of a new online client platform called My IRC.
Currently under development by NewPay Limited, the platform will offer a suite of IRC taxation services online. My IRC will enable individuals and organizations for the first time to lodge returns, pay their taxes, as well as other interactions previously only able to be performed at an IRC office.
The online platform will be a payment portal which will be used by taxpayers to pay and file their taxes. So that's a significant move. It's a monumental move that IRC is taking. Our vision that we have at IRC is to become a robust, modern and efficient tax administration by 2025.
The platform will streamline taxpayer dealings with IRC and will in turn result in increased data protection, improved departmental efficiencies, taxation account reconciliation, and an improved standard of customer support. The developer of My IRC NewPay planned to have the platform switched on before the end of 2021. NewPay will then bring additional services online throughout 2022 and onwards.
Product that is currently being developed by NewPay Limited. NewPay has been involved with the immigration platform as well, and the e-Lens platform, which has been successfully rolled out. So the same organization is developing ours. This platform we anticipate that will be launched for operation by or before the end of this year.
Koim emphasized that My IRC stands as a major leap forward for the IRC through online service delivery and is consistent with the IRC's vision of building the foundation as modern and robust tax administration and strategically in line with the IRC's digital transformation agenda.
This will provide a very efficient way of interacting and dealing with us. We want to make sure that there is no more paper involved, no more coming to IRC office, no more time that is taken. So the issues that our taxpayers have been facing over a period of years since our operation as a tax administration, we would like to address some of those challenges in a significant way by adopting this digital strategy.
The IRC Commissioner General also announced the mandatory valuation of property for stamp duty purposes effective Friday, 1st October 2021. IRC issued notice to taxpayers, real estate agents, conveyance lawyers, banks, land registry officials, and others involved in land transactions, both sellers and buyers, and the general public. Sam Koim said the IRC has uncovered many instances of gross evasion of stamp duties and undervaluation of properties, thus a requirement for mandatory valuation.
Introducing a new requirement in the stamp duty. Stamp duties arrangements that we have. We've uncovered instances of gross evasion of stamp duties and undervaluation of properties. So we have introduced a requirement for mandatory valuation of properties. We've come across instances where people are coming to us and declaring the values which are significantly lower than the actual value that they are paying.
As of Friday, 1st October 2021, all applications for stamp duty for transfer of real property and acquisition of interest in land holding companies will be subjected to mandatory valuation. For transfers valuing below 10 million kina, IRC will meet costs of valuation. For transfers exceeding 10 million kina, the purchaser will meet the cost of valuation. IRC is empaneling a number of valuers to undertake the valuation as and when the need arises.
Let me qualify or let me correct some of the misunderstandings that may arise. We are not trying to interfere into the open and free market of property sale and purchase, the supply and demand powers that operate in the free market. We are not doing that. What we are doing is for our purposes, what we are doing is trying to detect fraud and evasion that is taking place.
In the stamp duty application forms and the transfer instruments, IRC requires the description of property to be particularized. For instance, allotment number, section number, hohola, NCD can mean Gerehu Waigani, Tokarara, etc., and hence confusing. IRC insists on descriptions like the following: 3x3 bedroom apartments, allotment 3, section 30, Henau Drive, Gordons, NCD. Koim warned that if detected, penalties for evasion and fraud will lead to possible prosecution.
The transfer instruments that are being filled in and the declarations that are made which are deemed or which are found to be fraud, that can invalidate the entire contract. Under the Land Registration Act, there is a provision that you can invalidate a land title on the basis of fraud. So this message goes to banks as well, or property real estate agents and lawyers and whoever facilitating it. If the property is valued significantly lower and we find that the property transfer has been procured through fraud, then the title can be invalidated, and that's a serious matter that all interested parties should know.
In addition, the IRC also launched Phase 2 of the Goods and Services Section 65A project also on October 1st. The GST Section 65A project started in August 2020 with 16 authorized withholders in the government sector. The project aims to address the non-compliance of suppliers to government and prevent revenue leakages. To ease the laborers' work engaged in reporting and accounting for GST, IRC collaborated with the Department of Finance to configure the Integrated Financial Management System, or IFMS, to withhold GST. Phase 1 of IFMS was launched in May, with 37 government departments now using the IFMS system to withhold GST. IRC Commissioner General Sam Coim said the GST 65A project is successful. The GST collection from this project to date is over 100 million kina and is increasing every month.
And one of the things that has mitigated the revenue risk on the GST space is the 65A. That particular initiative has done well. The government entities that are configured, that have been configured in the IFMS system, especially the national government departments, about 37 national government departments that have subscribed through that financial technology, the IFMS. That product is doing really well in terms of, and we are seeing a gradual increase in the collections every month.
Phase 2 of the project commenced last Friday, starting with 13 provincial governments and 13 public health authorities currently using the IFMS. Districts will follow once they are all registered and assigned a tax identification number. In the coming months, Phase 3 of GST implementation in IFMS will cover trusts, statutory bodies, and other remaining agencies. IRC expects to double the monthly collection by then. The COVID-19 pandemic and the associated restrictions have had a significant impact on the economy and tax collections. Therefore, IRC is undertaking strategies like this to address non-compliance and mitigate revenue losses.
That ends another episode of Scope. A kind reminder to apply simple measures to prevent the transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thanks for your company. See you in our next episode of Scope.